everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tania. Welcome to my continued work in progress, and I say that because on my previous channel I was actually working on and showing this particular bag and how I had attempted to restore it. So you may not, if you're new to my channel, you may not know about that, but I will give you a brief rundown about this particular item and how I've been working on it and what I've had done to it so far. So if you're new to my channel and you haven't subscribed, I invite you to. That'd be great. Thank you very much. So let's get started. So what I have here is a Louis Vuitton dust bag, and it's in that pale color, the new pale color. It's not as yellow as they used to be. And ironically, I showed this in my previous video about my handbag collection. When I brought this bag in to have partially repaired, the bag that was given to me was this, and I don't know if it will see or if it will pick up, but the actual Louis Vuitton is very light. It's very pale. It's not as dark as on other dust bags, but this came from the Collins Street boutique. Let's be sure about that. And it's funny because when the salesperson gave it to me, I said, oh, it's quite charcoal as opposed to black. And she said, oh, well, that's just how that came. I said, okay, never mind, whatever. So inside here, I have a vintage bag that I bought probably 2 years ago and is over 30 years old from memory, or close to 30. But anyway, this is the St. Claude GM. Now, if you have followed me on my previous channel and now or on Instagram, you will know that I've had this bag for some time and I love this bag. So this is what the bag looks like as is, like this. It's a beautiful saddle bag shape, a little bit squared off though, like not completely rounded, like a little bit squared off, if that makes sense. And it's just got the front flap and air paper inside. Inside is just one cavity like that, and it's got one zip pocket here on the back wall inside. At the back of this bag, there is a large pocket that is, you know, the span of my hand. What had happened with this bag is that the side tabs here had actually torn and broken, and as a result, the whole metal piece came away on one side. I love this bag so much that I actually thought it was worth taking into Louis Vuitton and having the side chaps replaced. I didn't have the front chap replaced because, or the front piece here, because although it would have been better because it would have looked more cohesive in terms of color, it was an additional cost. Having these two pieces here replaced altogether cost me 270 Australian dollars, and I thought that was enough to spend on a vintage bag. I didn't want to overcapitalize on this bag by spending too much by buying a new Louis Vuitton strap or even having the front patch here replaced, because this bag has little cracks just along here in the side inner flaps, and I just thought that because the cracks were unrepairable, can you say that? Irreparable, I didn't want to spend too much on this bag. Having said that, I still have spent a fair bit on it, but what I'm going to do today is share with you and show you how I'll be removing this particular strap. This is the original strap that came with the bag. It's non-detachable, it's all fixed on these square anchors here. And I'll be actually cutting it off. I can't believe I'm going to cut up a Louis Vuitton bag, but anyway, I'll be cutting off the strap and replacing it with another. This leads me now on to my next point, and I have a strap here. This is not a Louis Vuitton strap, but it is in vachetta, and it is of the same type with the adjustment on the side, but the difference with this strap is that it has the actual, you know, typical Louis Vuitton style clips. Let me reiterate, this is not a Louis Vuitton strap. This is not a replica. This is just a generic brand, which I purchased from Etsy. Now, I looked at brands like Malto. I looked at some other people on Etsy, like Craft Leather. They were considerably more expensive. This seller that I found is based in the States, California, I think. Let me tell you. Sacramento, California. And I think she's a relatively new seller on Etsy, and the name of her business is called LaFairy. LaFairy. So LaFairy, LaFairy, LA, and then fairy, as in like, you know, fairy with wings. And so initially what happened was, when I went through the process, I purchased what I thought was this. Well, I did. But what I received, you know, and I purchased it in very early New Year. What I received was an error. It was this dark, you know, the Damier Ebene color strap. So, I was gutted because I said, oh no, you know, like all that effort and waiting all that time. Anyway, I contacted her immediately via Etsy through the messaging service there, and I said, oh, I'm sorry, and I sent a photo. You sent me the wrong strap. I'm pretty sure I ordered the natural vachetta one. And she replied, oh, I'm so sorry, I don't know how I did that. Let me send you out another. She was so kind. I expected that she would want me to return the brown one, or I expected that she would expect me to pay for a new one, maybe send the other one back. But in all honesty, she didn't. We had some communication a couple of times. Her name is Jin, J-I-N. I think it's a she. I couldn't tell for sure, but she was a great seller to deal with. So I'll keep this, and I'll probably end up using this maybe as an adjustable strap for my Alma BB, because it is that dark brown, but it is thicker than the actual strap on the Alma. But anyway, that's a topic for another time. This is the strap that I purchased. So as you can see, it is all in the vachetta color, the raw natural leather. It's got the red glazing. It has the adjustability with the buckle here and the keepers. The underside of the keepers have like this little gold, it's one of those clips that you can tell you sort of press in and it sort of like closes in a little bit. It's got these two features here that hold that closed together. And it's got the fold over on the end for the inner side, and it's got the traditional Louis Vuitton type clasps. These feel a little bit stiff, but I think it could be because they're still relatively new. But I'll see how it goes. I'll add some sewing machine oil just inside there, maybe to loosen it up. The buckle itself, this part, everything else feels lovely. This part does feel a little bit cheaper though. And I'm wondering if maybe this may start to discolor quickly. This little, you know, feature here that rolls just under that post there like that. This part does feel a little bit cheap, I must admit, but the end hooks don't. They actually feel quite sturdy. They feel very similar to the Louis Vuitton ones. And the opposite end is again just the fold over with that little rivet there holding it, and the other piece of the other hook. So what I'll be doing and sharing with you today is how I cut off this strap and replace it with this one, so I can use this bag. And as is, because I had the sides repaired, I can use it as is, but of course there's a difference in color. That's something I'm just going to have to make my peace with and eventually just get used to. But the thing about this particular strap, it is quite cracked and quite old. And I just don't want these cracks to seam and get worse. Well, to get worse than what they already are, which is quite significant. So next stage now is me actually taking this off and adding the other one on. Wish me luck. Got me a knife. All right, let's see. So what I'm going to do is slip the knife into this little space here and slice across the stitches and remove it. There's only one other person who I've seen do this, and that is Catherine from KW Shops, her channel. She also has this bag, same size, loves it, as do I. There's something about this bag I just adore. So I thought it was worth attaching the new strap. So let's go. Oh my God, I just cut a Louis Vuitton bag. Oh, here we go. That's the first strap off. That's what it looks like. So I just cut through the section where it's all stitched up. That's what the inside looks like. And that is that bit free. Side two, there's no going back now. Side two, done. And that, my friends, is a cut-off Louis Vuitton vintage vachetta strap. Now, if I was like clever enough and creative enough, I'd probably make like key rings or something out of this, but you know, yeah, I don't do that. I'll just keep it in the bag. Okay, so this now is a St. Claude with no strap. Here we go. Click. Now, obviously, there's going to be movement like this. I knew that from the onset. That's just something I'm going to have to deal with. St. Claude repaired. Oh my God. Okay, so this is now a usable Louis Vuitton St. Claude GM vintage. So let me tell you, in total, costing what it's cost me to actually repair this bag. But let me just move you back a little bit. Okay, I need to be quick because it's hot here. All right, so the bag itself, when I purchased it 2 years ago, I purchased from a Japanese seller. Having these two chaps, the side chap replaced by Louis Vuitton. This bag went to France, went back to home ground. They were very excited when they saw this, when I brought it into store. They were so excited to see such a vintage piece. Having these two pieces replaced was $270. And when I dealt with Derek, my SA at Collins Street in Melbourne, he actually said, would you like us to condition this so that it comes back a little bit darker? And I said, sure, why not? Just to sort of speed up the process of, you know, patina-ing from this to that, because this is obviously 30 years old patina. And this strap, which I purchased from LaFairy on Etsy, was $75 odd and $22 delivery. So in total, this cost me, let's just say $100, right? So $270 and $100. I spent $370 on this bag to have it repaired, improved. The bag itself was $275. So now this bag is a bag I'm going to end up and keep using. I actually wanted to spend the money on it. So there you go, guys. That's my St. Claude GM repaired, restored, a la Tania. So let me know what you think. I think I'll move into this bag now because I've been using my 2 Henry Bendel little bags for a while. So I think I'll move into this baby and yeah, take it from there. So let me know what you think of my restoration, guys. So take care, everybody. God bless, and I'll see you next time. Ciao.